Like we mentioned earlier in the video, your job as a morning shift, we have 2 gems, so it's your guys' job to do all of the gems jobs. So that's gem 1 through 5. As for gem 1, you're going to be taking orders, processing the payments, getting them cups, receipts, all of that jazz. You're also going to be getting carry-out orders, checking on anyone who's sitting down in the dining room who you haven't taken care of yet. Any bartending that is possible. If you are old enough to do bar, you will be serving alcohol as well. That's both of you. As for gem 2, you're going to be running food, pre-bussing, bussing tables, wiping down tables, making sure buffet is stocked. Gem 3, you're going to be answering the phones, taking phone orders and delivery orders, or possible call-ahead orders. Whatever comes in through the phone, that's your job to do. Gem 4, once again, checking on customers, pre-bussing. Pre-setting if you do need to, but we generally don't have very many dine-in orders in the morning. It's mostly buffet. But if you do have to, make sure and pre-set, get their plates for them. Gem 4 also goes and checks, make sure anyone needs any drink refills, anything you can possibly do, just checking on the customer in general, making sure they feel welcome. Gem 5, you're going to be on the expediter tablet, which is a separate training, so you will be learning how to do expediting, but for every ticket that they get their food, you need to make sure that that's cleared off the screen, but you'll be learning how to do that later as well. So from the times of 11 to 1:30, if you're not checking buffet, pre-bussing, taking orders, if you're not doing any of the gem jobs, what you're going to be doing is prep. In the morning when we have prep, what we do is we make sure that the back is completely stocked, the back of house, the kitchen is completely stocked of boxes and salad dressings. So you want to make sure we have a certain amount per pile. In the back, I generally like to have 2 stacks of 16-inch boxes, and we do 20 boxes in each. And then the 12-inch boxes, we also do 20. There's 1 stack of 20 boxes. And the 10-inch, those don't stack very well, so we do about 10 to 15 because they'll fall over. As for the 20 inches, I usually just fold a full case, which is about 25. And I usually just have 2 stacks back there. 1 set up above the cutting station and 1 just set to the side on one of the tables. As for salad dressings, every day of the week, we generally fill up 1 container full of salad dressings. There's 40 in each. We have 1 ranch in the front, 1 bucket of ranch in the front. We have 1 bucket of ranch, 1 bucket of Greek, and 1 bucket of blue cheese in the back. We also have a bucket of Italian and balsamic vinaigrette, which you will learn how to do, but you need to make sure and check on all of those in the morning shift to make sure they're prepped for the night shift. Doing prep, you need to work quick. You don't have a lot of time to do everything. Like we said earlier, we only have 2 gems in the morning. You guys are doing everything. So you need to make sure that everything you do is fast, quick, and effective. But you still need to do it right, and you also have to do it clean. I can't talk. And you also have to do it in a clean manner. So for example, when you're doing dressings or Parmesan, anything that you're doing, you need to make sure that you're not getting it everywhere, because that's not only messy, but it's waste, because anything that doesn't go toward the customer, toward our food, is wasted. If it goes in the trash, if it goes on the floor, it's gone. And that's money that we're losing. So you need to make sure that you're clean because you're not wasting, and you need to make sure you're clean just to keep the restaurant clean. If you do spill a little bit, make sure it's cleaned up when you're done. Everything must be tidy. In this section, we'll be talking about taking phone calls that come into the restaurant. Now we're going to be talking to you about phone policy. So when the phone rings, you always, like I said, you always want to have it on you. The point is never miss a phone call. If you do miss a phone call, you're going to go in, you can click the middle button, go down to call history, and that's the last call that was made to this phone or from this phone. So if you're going to miss a call, that's going to be the last one that was made to the phone. So you're going to want to call them back. Just say, hi, this is Matenga's. We missed a call from you. We wanted to see what we could do to help out, or see what's going on, see what you guys were requiring. You know, just make sure that you call them back, because that's orders lost, people that were asking questions. You just want to make sure and help every customer to the fullest extent of our capabilities. When the phone does ring, you're going to want to answer it, obviously. But when it rings, you're going to want to pick it up. You say, hi, thank you for calling Matenga's Pizzeria. This is speaking. How may I help you? And you know, put your name in, obviously. And usually they're going to be orders, so you're going to get a lot of, I'm just calling to make an order, or I'm calling to make a pickup order or a delivery, or they'll be asking about pricing. You just want to go through the system, answer any questions that they have. If they want to talk to a manager or an owner, you're going to want to find out who they are, why they're calling. Just let them know that at the moment they're not available, but can I take a message for you? I get your name and number and what you need. And you're going to take the message, send a text message to all the managers and Matt and Hingham, and they'll get back to them when they can. When someone's calling to ask for a manager or an owner or a specific staff member, you don't ever give out a phone number or any personal information about that staff member. No cell phone numbers, no, not even like, oh, what's this person's last name? That's not your business to give out. I mean, like I said, you can take a message and give it to that person, and if they know the person, they can call them back. Always find out who it is. For example, say someone's calling in to ask for like Jake in the back. You want to see, who is this? Why are you calling? Say, oh, I'm Jake's dad. You need to get their name. Go ask Jake, hey, what's your dad's name? If he says the same name, say, hey, your dad's on the phone for you. But don't ever just go, okay, sure, go talk to Jake. Yeah, no. You need to make sure and check. Take a message. Get their name and phone number. Don't ever give out anyone else's name or number. And that person that they're asking for will get back to them. So in this next section, we'll be talking about our cell phone policy. Our phone policy, we don't want you on your phone for personal reasons, especially not in front of a customer. You don't want to be sitting on your phone. It's very unprofessional. You're taking up time that could be used for other things. We call them time thieves. Don't be a time thief. That's terrible. If you're talking to, Matt or Hingham or another manager about things that are going on in the restaurant, if you need help with something, if we're out of something, if you need this, you have a question, you're trying to talk to the driver about a delivery that they're on or get an update about where they're at on their way back, that's fine. If at all possible, use the company phone or the company cell phone to either, you can text off the company cell phone or call them with the store phone to be keeping in contact with them if you necessarily have to, but that's our policy on cell phones. Another thing that we like to add is like I mentioned, don't ever do it out in front of the customer. The customer doesn't know that you're talking to your boss or your manager. They just think, oh, they're slacking off on their phone. I mean, you never know what the customer is thinking, and you never want to give that image or that thought into their head. So just come into the hallway, step into the office if you need to talk to Matt or Hingham or a manager, or if it's a family emergency, just not out in front of the customer. You need to come back here and get done what you need to get done. As for the cell phone policy, you're allowed to check it every once in a while. Like we said, no social media. We're not out to get you until you can't check your Facebook. I mean, you can do whatever you want after hours, but you are here in our employment to be paid to work here. You're not being paid to check your social media. So we do ask you that you do that when you're off, on your break, off hours, whenever you need to, but not when you're on the clock, please. We would appreciate that. That's you're working here, you're paid to work, you're not paid to check your phone. Of 11 to 1:30, your focus is going to be, like we said, is going to be on buffet. You're going to be focusing on helping customers, making sure buffet is stocked, making sure that the dining room is relatively clean, just pre-bussing, bussing, wiping down tables, sweeping up any messes, making sure that the customer doing buffet is happy, or anyone that did do a dine-in gets their food in time. And that's your focus, is buffet and customers. Section we'll be talking about what happens after buffet is over. So after 1:30, what happens after that time. After 1:30, while there may be less customers in the dining room and ticket volume is lower because we don't have as many customers, the kitchen is not slowing down. They may not have orders to make or anything to make for buffet, but they're doing prep, they're cleaning, they're doing dishes, finishing it for the night shift, they're making batches of dough, they're prepping vegetables, pepperoni, cheese, anything that needs to be done for the night shift to run smoothly. Staff should not slow down at this time. We need to be cleaning everything that you can do. Cleaning, prep, you need to get boxes, dressings, make sure everything's clean, check bathrooms, make sure everything's stocked, napkins, paper towels, anything you can get done. We have to make sure that we're still working and finding things to do in that time. But when buffet is over, we have to make sure and clean up the buffet station. So that means that we have to turn off the buffet, the steam table. You need to turn all the lights off. You need to make sure and take all of the metal basins out of the steam table and put them on top of where the pizza is. So additionally, you're also going to dump all the pizzas onto one container and set it to the side, and that's where you're going to be putting all of the buffet basins that were in the steam table. You have to know that the buffet, obviously it's a steam table, so they are going to be very hot. So usually I take one of the white rags back there with me, and you're going to take a spray bottle because you do have to wipe it down. Use one of the pizza spatulas, just pop it out, grab it with the rag, set it to the side, and we're just going to do that with every single one. And then you're going to make sure that the buffet steam table is thoroughly cleaned.